So today is going to be a different type of episode. I'm going to just talk to you about the history of the True Bud Show. I made a video when the True Bud Show podcast first started, kind of an about video, talking about it, but I hadn't done any episodes by that point. Now I'm like 40 episodes in. I have a better grasp and I want to tell you about it. But in order to tell you about the True Bud Show, I'm going to have to tell you about True Bud's TV. And in order to tell you about True Bud's TV, we're going to have to dive into my whole bio. We're going to start from day one. I'm just playing, just fucking around. Let's start with True Bud's TV.
This is True Buds, that Mary Jane. Now we ain't new to this. For my stoners and for my cannabis enthusiasts, never heard a show as good as this. Yeah, number one, it's the best. Bringing in many special guests in the industry of cannabis, business owners to growers, even artists you know of. So sit back and just roll up the perfect show for my smokers. True Buds.
I was just sitting there, fucking stoned. I love film. I love acting. What else am I passionate about that I could actually go for my lifetime caring about? I sat there for hours, high as shit. And I was like, weed. I'm high right now. I'm passionate about weed. I've been dealing with weed since I was 16, slanging this shit. I know I enjoy it every day. So let me express my passion and let me focus on this, something I want to focus on, something that might not, bring the money right off the bat like those auditions would. But I'm going to be real with you too right now. I have always been in this trying to get money too. You can't just do what you want and never focus on money and then all of a sudden make money. Maybe you can, people have done it, but, this True Buzz TV and the True Buzz Show is way fucking deeper than money to me. But at the same time, there's got to be money coming through to get better. Like I am right now. I'm in this studio setup, right? I'm working on it. Audio's not the best, but it's getting better for an in-home. Got another camera angle here. Got another one here. When the guests come in, you can see I got another mic here. We got some podcast guests coming in this week. And I'm just going to keep doing more content like this. But my whole point is that I was just tired of waiting around for some motherfucker, some casting person, anybody watching this in the space. I have the most love for you too. I've been there. I've worked all angles of film, so I get it. But I was just tired of going out, for things that weren't paying much. I was doing self-submissions. I'm like, I'm going to make my own shit. I'm going to make something that actually means something to me. And that's what True Bud's TV is and was. And I was like, I'm always looking for a way to elevate this shit. I need to elevate, or else what the fuck's the point of living? Want to play? Oh, let me just hang out on a platform. No. So I like pushing myself outside, like just going hard outside of my comfort zone. I like just making myself do it, because no one else is going to make you do shit, at least me. So I just pushed myself there. I said, I'm going to do a podcast, give myself a deadline. Bam. Podcast last November 13th, my birthday. It was launched with episodes in the bank. But the whole reason I wanted to do the True Bud Show is because I found my love for the cannabis community through True Bud's TV. And I wanted to do longer form content that could relate to everybody. Also, even a little deeper, when you're making content in this game, you never know. It could be gone tomorrow. Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, wherever the fuck people are doing weed shit, it could be gone. So I wanted a way to disperse further. I just wanted to expand. I wanted a way to meet people who I could relate to, and it's been the best thing ever. Being on the show, having people on the show. I've met so many cool fucking people. It's insane, like and it's just growing, and now I have more people hitting me up. Just all a thing. It's all a process that I'm just trying to get better at, and I'm just trying to let you know where I came from, where True Bud's TV stems. So let me, back it up a little more. I'm not just some dude who was like, oh, weed is popping, so I'm gonna make a weed channel. No, I've always loved this shit. I've always been fucking smoking this shit, man. Since I was 16, slinging it, knowing what a bag was, knowing how to break it up, knowing how to be real, knowing how to keep it legit, never pinching. I mean, my whole, and that's kind of something I wanted to get to too. So everybody listening, I'm sorry if I'm just on a tangent here, but I want to hit you with something different. We're going to dive into some news and we're going to talk about what I got going on with TrueBuds TV, some cool videos you can expect, but like, let's just kick it here for a moment because this is what I have lived and breathed since I was 16. I am now almost 30. So that's over half my life in this game. Over half my life. And it's my full adult life in this game. And I've never said it like that. My whole adult life in the game, but it's just interesting to think about right now. Talking to you, talking to you makes me realize shit. And that's why I love it so much, really. I learn every time I'm making a video, kicking it with you, making a podcast when you're listening, getting the feedback, just trying to be better. But I just want to let you know that I've been in the trenches. I didn't just come out of nowhere trying to make weed shit. And I think you can smell that. I think people can tell that, with my content and what I'm doing, because a lot of people out here are doing it. I'm not saying I should step back and not say people. I don't know if a lot of people are doing it, but I do know a lot of businesses are doing it. Let's hop in, it's making money, whatever, whatever. And I say this is a mantra on my podcast that shit's gonna be sniffed out and gone. The fucking real weed shit, the real stoners who know their shit they know their shit. They know what's popping. You might be able to trick some folks, but that's not a evergreen model that I want to fuck with. So what I'm fucking with is bringing you consistent shit, consistent videos every single week for years. That is what I'm about. That's what TrueBuds TV is. It's a place where people can go, chill, learn, conversate within the community. And that was my goal the whole time. Building something bigger than myself. Fuck that. Fuck the ego. And it hits me all the time. Uh, we all have ego. And that's a whole nother video. And I'm actually kind of working on a script for that, talking about ego in the cannabis space. And there's really not much. Everybody's been pretty chill. However, there have been some people who have flexed. Not going to mention them, but it's funny because I'm just like, yo, why are you flexing? Like, I'm just trying to be chill. I think people that flex have something else they got to deal with, but that's another story for another day. Let me dive on. Let me grab my iPhone here and pull up these stories so you guys can see what we're about to talk about next. This is pretty big. This is pretty big. Just hold on a second. I am peeping out. The Substance Regulation and Safety Act. U.S. Senator Tina Smith introduces marijuana reform legislation to protect health, safety, civil rights. Let me turn on picture in picture there. U.S. Senator, so she introduced this, and this is basically saying, like, there's been so much fucked up shit in terms of racism, just people getting arrested. Like, the stats are insane. Like, I think it's 4-1 that somebody that's colored is going to get arrested over somebody that is not. Like, what? It just shows how much racism lives, and this is just important to have because this is the conversation that's going on right now. It's a timely manner, and it should be going on even more. And to everybody out there doing your thing, much love to everybody, man. Showing love. Showing love is the most important thing. That is what I'm trying to do. I feel like I've been like just ranting like a crazy dude up here, fucking stone. I need some water. I ate 2 Pro Tabs before this, so my mouth is dry as shit. Okay. The federal prohibition on marijuana is a failed policy that contributes to mass incarceration and racist over-policing of communities of color. It is time to end that policy, said Senator Smith. In addition to addressing the harmful and racist legacy of the war on drugs by passing bills like Senator Harris's Marijuana Opportunity Reinvestment and Expungement MORE Act, we must address marijuana legalization in a manner that ensures that cannabis and cannabis products are safe, regulated, and well researched. Shout out to you, Senator Smith, on that. Shout out to you. So let's look a little deeper into this article. It would do the following: remove the federal prohibition on marijuana. That's what we need. It's been a long time. It's ridiculous that it's even a thing. And for those of you, most of you probably listening know that The only reason cannabis was prohibited in the first place is because people were fucking drunk saying it was cannabis doing it. So cannabis became the out, and fucking alcohol's legal, and we all know how much worse alcohol is. Anyway, next point. Grant the Food and Drug Administration authority to regulate cannabis and cannabis products, including regarding labeling and advertising standards, just as it does for tobacco products. Cool. I would say, too, where this does really well, I think, and the labeling is interesting to me, is in Europe, the cigarette packs, people's mouth and shit rotting. They wouldn't have those pictures for weed, I'm saying, but which shows a point. What is Europe's going to be? What's their marketing policy going to be? I know as I was doing research to do this podcast, and then I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to dive into the history of like what I've been doing. I was just like, this article kept popping up about, pregnant women, weed, and autism. We'll talk about that a little later. I mean, I didn't read the articles to be fucking just outright honest with you. I believe everybody has their own body, and I believe everybody should try to be as healthy as possible. So I guess we'll leave it there. Let's continue to the next point. Establish a national strategy to combat the use and abuse of cannabis by youth with special considerations to present racial disparity impacts of the strategy. Just what I was saying earlier, and we're going to talk about Method Man's brand here in just a second. Establish a national strategy to combat and use the abuse of cannabis by youth considerations, promote safety and quality control of cannabis crops, require regulations. So I'll cut it a little short. I don't want to, do a huge deep dive here. Unless you want me to, let me know. But this is just on smith.senate.gov. It's a U.S. Senator Tina Smith who has introduced this. And I wanted to bring that up because I feel that is pretty important. And I respect anybody going after this shit, any content creators, anybody who's had a passion before there was even such a thing as virtual content, people who have always been for the plant, who have repped it. That is what it's about. Pro tabs hitting hard. I'm going to grab a water, put on a little True Buds TV theme song, and I'll be back shortly.
Yeah, this is True Buzz, that Mary J. Now we ain't new to this. For my stoners and for my cannabis enthusiasts, talking edibles and bringing comedy. Let's get it, time to pass it to the left and we can have a smoke session. Hey, yeah, true love for my True Buzz, light it up and I'm on it. This vibe take me way back, screaming I got 5 on it. Indica to sativa, anything that you need, break it down like the weed. This is True Buzz TV. True Buzz, I'm a stoner, I'm a smoker. It's a hobby, it's a lifestyle and a culture, yeah. True Buzz, vibing out in California. Come and take a ride with the squad while we roll up. True Buzz, yeah, this is True Buzz. True Buzz, yeah, this is True Buzz. True Buzz, yeah, this is True Buzz. True Buzz, yeah, this is True Buzz.
I've had so many people enjoying that song that I'm talking to the artist Burton M6, and we're about to do a full song. We've been talking for a little while. I just needed, to figure out exactly how I wanted to do it. So check that coming to you. To God, taking into consideration all lives. Method Man's weed brand. Helping the culture is my opinion. You may have heard of this earlier, but I'm just hearing about it more recently. I'm not on tune with everything, but it surprised me because I'm on tune with the hip hop game. So Method Man started his weed brand based off his, first solo, debut Stew album. And I think that's dope. He's bringing his whole life into it because I believe life is an accumulation of everything. Like I was saying earlier with True Buds TV and the True Buds show all kind of came together. Even deeper than that, what he's trying to do is help people, bring people up who may not have had the upper hand, who don't have the upper hand, who are fucking down low. The barrier to entry in this game is insane if you want to open a dispensary. There's some like co-op places that are opening up out here, but the barrier to entry still, you're looking at a solid 70 G's just to produce some edibles. But before these spaces were even about, and still with these spaces, let's dive into like the incarceration rates just for a second. Like I said, is just astronomical. The amount of people who are colored over somebody who's Caucasian. It just blows my mind. And I'm happy to see things progressing, going in a positive direction right now. I feel like we're at a fucking tilting point. We're on that teeter totter and it's going down or going up, whatever way. But I feel like the weight is on the side of the positive cannabis community. And I feel like Method Man is embracing that. That's why I'm talking about it. There's so many brands coming up every day, literally every day in the space, cannabis brands. But I was excited to talk about this because I thought it had a deeper underlying meaning. Besides the fact that this is what he has done, he's like the forefather to this shit. We'll pull up this article here just for a second, just so we can see. But this is the article I read off the Green Fund. My bro sent me a different one, but it's basically just saying everything I said. I read it, trying to sum it up for you. Wu-Tang Clan rapper Method Man launches cannabis brand in support of the Black community, and I'm all game for that, man. I'm all game for seeing that because I think things have been fucked up for a while, and I can relate to it in a certain way. Obviously I'm a white dude, but like hip hop and that way of life has always resonated with me just really strong. I've always felt that music. I've always lived it in certain ways. I grew up fortunate. Grew up in a pretty nice neighborhood in the woods, but we all still see our fucked up shit, man. And then when I was in high school, I moved to somewhere that was, a little shittier, but still nice. So like I haven't seen like the real shit, man, but I always found a way to relate to hip hop and it was always there for me. Literally, anytime I was fucking having a hard time, anything was going weird, man, you put on a hip hop song that sets you right. That was me. You find a song and you jam to it, you work out to it, you live to it. And I think that's why I love this so much is that Method Man's diving deeper, diving into the culture, diving into society, diving into politics and saying, yo, we got to do some shit to help these Black owned businesses who are getting fucked, who have the underhand, because this is a fucked up situation that needs to be fixed. And he's up there writing it. And along with everybody else too, like in this article, they mention Snoop, they mention Redman talks in this article. There's a lot of quotes about Redman here and fucking Snoop, Redman, Be Real, man. These are the dudes. You look at Cheech and Chong with their story, man. And it's funny. I watched a podcast with Wolf of Wall Street and Cheech. And Cheech said something. I'm kidding. It wasn't Cheech. It was Chong. I'd never seen Cheech's interview. That's how high Chong said something. Because I guess Jordan Belfort and Tommy Chong were like cellmates or some shit. But Belfort was reading Wolf of Wall Street and Chong was like, read it supposedly or something and said it was shit. And then he said the most of. People only care about the most of. And now it's like, bam. That's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. But I thought that was some strong advice or just some insight to Chong. That's the best thing he taught me. I've seen all his movies, but he said that. And it hit me. Hit me like a fucking ton of bricks. And I was like, damn, that's some interesting stuff. If you think about it, that's all cinema is. That's all a lot of stuff is that people really like. The most of that. That's what catches an eye. That's what sees it. That's what, if I labeled this podcast to you, watch me take 1,000 bong rips, there'd be more clicks. The most of. Interesting, but I digressed from Method Man, which I've known to do. This whole podcast, I'm known to do this. I'll just go on a tangent. Stoned is a motherfucker. And I hope you like it. I've seen that, like, I look at the analytics and stuff, when I'm doing this. And I see that a lot of people do hang on until the end, and that makes me happy. Especially on these solo ones where I'm just on a rant. Every now and then I'll lay down a freestyle, which I don't think I'm gonna do today, but maybe in the future. Or should I sum up everything in a track? Let's just do it. Okay, this is what I have to do. Hey, yeah. This that rag stick, bring it back, hey. This is Jack on the track, hey. Yeah, shit can get tricky if you don't really know it, oh. Shit can get tricky if you don't know it, yo. Yo, life, you gotta own it, yo. Me, I like smoking, I still like drinking, yo, best shit is Tank 7, shout out KCMO. Oh, this is how I go, get the fucking flow. Oh, sarcasm with it, attitude nice. Yes, I'm always nice, even if you a dick twice. Don't fuck with me 3 times if you want to. I ain't fucking with you, I just smile at you. I keep it true, best thing is a good attitude. People wanna run up back and motherfucker roll. I know what it means to show servitude to a rude dude, and you gotta feed them food and it's past close, and you tryna be with them hoes. Blunt smoke, got to know. So shout out B.I.G., I needed that shit. Hey, in this game, and I must fucking admit, I ain't gonna switch. Motherfuckers tryna throw me in a ditch, but everybody been loving. I still hugging, I still out here with my introspective mind, man. Why they had to hang her? Why they tryna dang her? I just do my thing when I just bring up everybody, make excuses, but shout out to my grandma. Not why me, but what next? That's what I put on my chest. I never had a problem, cause I say what's next, not what to do. Wham, wham, boo-hoo, man, fuck all that shit, my dude. Shout out to you, grandma, with your quotes that help to do, bring me through. But your mama, they don't know that too. What did they instill in you? I know a thing or two. So sit back, think about that, and relax, cause we on the True Bud Show, smoking good shit. Hey, gotta get another dollar, get paid. Hey, why I had to fit this track like that, son? Bring it back to the Jack with the Jackson. Action Jackson, get that Jackson 20, boy. Best believe we put on another beat, my dude. Yeah, oh, I didn't know I was going back. How I kill it. Yo, I'm just playing, guys. Have a good day.
This is True Buds, that Mary Jane, now we ain't new to this. For my stoners and for my cannabis enthusiasts, never heard a show as good as this. Yeah, number one, it's the best. Bringing in many special guests in the industry of cannabis. Business owners to growers, even artists you know of. So sit back and just roll up the perfect show for my smokers. True Buds.